What is segregation in the military? What is segregation in the military? This topic takes us back to a time when the armed forces reflected the racial divisions present in American society. Segregation in the military meant that service members were separated based on race. African American soldiers and other minority groups were often assigned to different units than their white counterparts. This separation was not just a matter of organization. It often came with limited roles and fewer opportunities. During World War II, African American soldiers were typically placed in segregated units. These units were often assigned to support roles like labor or supply, rather than being placed in frontline combat positions. White officers usually commanded these segregated units, and black soldiers faced significant barriers to advancement and recognition, despite their sacrifices. A major turning point occurred on July 26, 1940, when President Harry S. Truman signed Executive Order 9981. This order mandated the desegregation of the armed forces. It declared that all persons in the military should receive equal treatment and opportunities, regardless of race, color, religion, or national origin. This was a bold step toward addressing racial inequality within the military. Initially, there was resistance to this order, particularly from some Army leaders. However, the practical needs of the military, especially during the Korean War, sped up the integration process. By the early 1950s, combat units began to integrate, allowing African American soldiers to serve alongside white soldiers in various branches of the military. By 1954, the Army reported full integration, making the military one of the first major American institutions to move toward racial equality. Looking back at the 1950s, this period was marked by significant change in American society. The military's desegregation symbolized the country's evolving values. It represented a shift away from the rigid racial divisions of earlier decades toward a more unified national identity. While segregation was a reality for many years, the post-World War II era and the Korean War highlighted the courage and capability of African American soldiers. Their service helped challenge old prejudices and laid the groundwork for the civil rights advancements that followed. In summary, segregation in the military was the enforced separation of soldiers by race, limiting opportunities for African Americans until the late 1940s and early 1950s, when desegregation policies began to take effect. This marked a key chapter in the broader civil rights movement of the 1950s.